you're all doing great out there. And today, Monday, April the 12th, we're getting news indicating that the Conor McGregor fight between Dustin Poirier may be called off. Nothing is seemingly official, considering UFC hasn't really come out and said anything. So we're still, waiting for an official announcement. But as of this very moment, there is some type of heat between Conor McGregor and Dustin Poirier. Whenever we look and see that, there's some issue regarding the donation Conor was going to give Dustin Poirier's charity. But obviously, from the news that we're seeing, it doesn't really look as if it's going to happen. So Conor's donation may not go through, because that's pretty much what the headlines and the news is pretty much saying for right now. So we'll see how that goes. But I mean, you know, someone I think mentioned in the comment section, they went like, nice Conor from 2021 to 2021. And that was the end of it. So it looks like we're getting mean Conor back. Is that maybe it, or we still don't really know? So we're gonna have to wait and see, obviously. But um, Conor McGregor, I think, is using some of this as a mind game against Dustin Poirier, so that when they do fight their third time, Dustin Poirier is gonna come a little bit more emotional. So I mean, you never really know, right? But Conor's trying to get as many points he can, for himself prior to fighting Dustin again the third time. So, we'll see what happens. But right now, yeah, it looks like, there's some feud between the two regarding that donation Conor promised. So, who really knows if it's still going to be going through or not. But, the headlines are saying that it's not going to be going through. So, we're going to have to see what's going to happen. But I think that, Conor will not give the donation, though he might after the third fight, just because he'll get that win money. But we won't really know until it happens. So, and there isn't really any specifics as to what the disagreement was about, or I think there was like a little bit of information, but I mean, I didn't really get to read too much on it, so I don't really want to say anything about it. But what do you call it? It's all about money at the end of the day. So maybe Conor felt like he was giving it, and the fact that him giving it would have made him look like something else. So who really knows, right? But there's probably a reason why Conor pulled that back. So I think for Conor to have won and to donated the money, I think that would have been more I think that would have been more fair. But for Conor just to come out and say that he'll donate $500,000 to Dustin Poirier's charity, and then he loses, then you there's no way that he won't be emotional after that. So we'll see what happens. But this is the fight game, so Conor might be using it more to leverage himself to get more money. Maybe he might be thinking that the date wasn't really the fight date was maybe a bit too close, and maybe he used it as an excuse to get it pushed back. So we don't really know. But we'll have to wait and see, because that's really the only choice we have, unless we get some more news out, right? So I think personally that the fight, I think this fight will I probably happen in September. I feel like June is a little bit too close, but we don't really know when this fight is actually going to be taking place, and when the whole thing is going to go down. So but at the same time, actually, UFC didn't come and announce anything yet, so the fight actually might still be on for the date that they had set. So I personally think that the date might change, but then again, it might not. So I mean, who really knows And who really knows what the real intentions are, for them to get the dates changed. Obviously, each side is trying to play to their own advantage. So, um, yeah, man, driving here in Los Angeles is pretty nice, I must say. It's good weather. But the economy is, I don't know, it's a little weird, but, that's for another video. We are a hybrid channel after all, right, guys? So, yeah, we're just going after all the good stuff. But in my opinion, I don't think Conor should have even said that in the first place, because, he wouldn't know if he was going to lose or not, though he was probably all too confident that he would win, while at the same time, he thought that, hey, I might not win. So, and he certainly didn't, right? Even though he was close, because he did hurt, what's his face? He did hurt Dustin Porier at one point, but he was hurt during that time too. So, yeah, it was kind of like the similar situation to when Stipe landed the punch on Francis Ngannou in their second fight. Even though Stipe was hurt, he did get to wobble Francis. But I think the fight between Dustin and Conor the second time was a bit different, and Conor did have him hurt, but he just couldn't get the victory there. So, oh man, I'm so tired. But let me know what you guys think. Let me know if this fight is still gonna be going down, because I mean, right now it's like 3 p.m. Pacific time here in Los Angeles. So we haven't. I just checked the UFC's Twitter page. There's been no announcement. So I mean, I obviously wouldn't be surprised if they're working the phones to see if they can keep that fight together, and or to see what's going on behind the scenes, because obviously Conor's not happy with something, or he's probably using the entire situation to the advantage for himself. So we really don't know till we see what happens. But yeah, Conor, I think in the first, I think he didn't do that, and obviously he won. And then Conor in the second fight, I don't know if he was drinking or not, but those calf kicks got him to lose. But and yeah, ESPN made no decision yet. Yeah, I mean, we're still waiting for news, but I mean, realistically, should the fight start out the same way it did the second time, where Dustin Poirier is landing those calf kicks, it just might end the same way. So we're gonna really realistically, we're gonna have to wait and watch the trilogy. Yeah, Conor. I thought there was news that Conor was coming out and saying that he's calling the fight off for the date that they currently have scheduled. But I checked the UFC Twitter, but there was nothing official from the UFC side yet. So I wouldn't be surprised if the UFC is working the phones right now to see whether or not what's going on behind the scenes. So who really knows? But obviously, I'm not sure if you guys have heard the news, but Conor's not actually giving that $500,000 donation like he promised. And obviously, I think Conor, shouldn't have said that in the beginning. Whenever he was gonna fight, because should he have lost, then I personally don't think, should he have known that he would have lost, I don't think he would have offered that $500,000 donation. So considering the fact that he offered it and he lost, and now he doesn't want to give it, kind of speaks for itself. So we'll have to wait and see what happens. But I think we got the Brian Ortega fight coming up. I think he's gonna be fighting soon. So that's someone that I'm gonna be waiting to see to fight, and we'll see what happens. Because right now, Conor is realistically the face of this, the face of the UFC so far. I think if he loses this next one, I think he's gonna lose a lot of stock. So Conor McGregor selling his Proper 12 company was a very smart idea. When he did it, because and the timing of it too. Should Conor have continued to lose more fights, the stock of the entire Proper 12 would have gone so much lower. So, the way he timed it with the sale that he made for the amount that he made, I think, it was good. But obviously, should he have lost another fight, then, the price of Proper 12 could have gone down another $100 million. So, I mean, what was the deal between the two? Yeah, he sold Proper 12. He sold it for $300 million. So, I mean, should he have lost another fight? He would have lost another $100 million on that deal. So, the timing of it is, was good for him. So, yeah. And that was, I think that was it? I think it was either after the Dustin Poirier, right after the Dustin Poirier fight, or it was prior to it. But I think it was this year. So I mean, yeah, and yeah, good for him, definitely. And that's how they're saying that Conor is worth almost $1 billion right now, because he made a good amount of money off of his fights, and then he sold Proper 12 for another 300. Um, so yeah, I mean that's a lot of money right there. But who do you guys got in that third fight between Dustin and Conor? You guys think Dustin can get the victory again, or you guys think Conor is gonna come out a little bit different and he's gonna try to get that win over Dustin for the trilogy? Let me know what you guys think. Because I haven't really made my prediction yet, but I think that the odds might still be in Conor's favorite, though it's gonna be much closer. So yeah, Dustin. I think Dustin can definitely get it done again. And I just want to say really quickly that actually this time around the betting odds are gonna be much much closer to each other. So I don't think Conor is gonna be so much of a favorite. And yeah, that last fight absolutely proved that the two can definitely beat each other, because Dustin Poirier was hurt at one point in that fight, and so was Conor. And yeah, that's the thing. That's always the upside. When two fighters are really good, and their level of skill set is very close, then that's how you know it's going to be a good fight. And that's exactly what these two gentlemen are doing, bringing us a solid fight. That second fight was good. If you guys were watching it, for the amount of time that it lasted, it wasn't really too long, but for that amount of time that it lasted, they were there. They were there to win. Both of those fighters were there to win. So yeah, I mean, let's see what the UFC would come out and say in a few hours. But I mean, right now, I think the fight is probably still on, considering UFC hasn't really said anything official. But I mean, again, I think they're definitely working those phones if Conor is indeed serious about pulling out of that fight. So obviously, the UFC wants to know why, and what's going on, and all that other stuff. But I wonder which fights are coming up. I haven't really looked. I think there's fights that are going to be happening this upcoming Saturday, which is going to be the 19th, I believe. And then I know there's fights on the 24th as well. And speaking of Conor and Dustin, we got the two we got Ben Askren, and we got the YouTube star coming up. So we got that little boxing event that's gonna be I think going on this week, I believe. I think that one is gonna be this week. So I wonder who's gonna win between Ben Askren and Jake Paul. So that's probably gonna be another fun event. But I mean, who knows? I mean, I personally don't view either of them as boxers, right? So the two are literally just there to just sell the fight, get people to watch it, and that's it. Because I don't think Ben Askren is going to have a real boxing career, and neither is Jake Paul, right? So that's just how I believe. You know, the two fighters are, because none of them have been boxers for their life, and they just started, and they obviously want to beat each other up. But there's money behind it. So that's obviously happening. So I'm gonna be looking forward to that. But I haven't really been watching the UFC fights that are gonna be coming up. So I don't really know who's gonna be fighting this upcoming Saturday. But I'm definitely gonna make a video and drop my ideas and opinions on that one. But up until the next time I make a video, guys, go back to my other videos and see what you guys think about some of the cryptocurrency opinions I'm expressing, because this is a hybrid channel after all, and I do want to be focusing on making money and making smart financial decisions, even though I'm not an advisor, though I do like to talk about the topic. But overall, I think that I think overall that a community that's into sports, especially into combat sports, and a community that's into making money and financing themselves and living a good life, I think those are two separate communities that can create a very strong bond together. So, the fact that all these MMA fighters are going out and doing other things with their money and taking on different roles as individuals, some of them still in the UFC, speaks for itself. So subscribe to my channel, guys. Like my videos, drop comments. We can always have a discussion and chat about anything. And yeah, thank you, brother. And I absolutely look forward to seeing you guys again. So up until maybe just a few hours later, as I might do another video at night, I'll see you guys later. So you guys out there, be good, guys. Peace.